Hi guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, you're welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. Many of you have asked me questions about scholarships, especially at the University of Glasgow, so I have brought someone on the channel who is an expert on scholarships, and she's going to introduce herself and introduce the scholarship that she's on. So
okay, thank you very much for that good introduction. Well, hi guys, my name is Beat. I am Medima Tasane and I come from Lesotho. If you don't know where it is in the southern part. Yeah, it's that small or that little country landlocked in South Africa. So yeah, I'm currently studying my master's in inclusive education research policy and practice, and yeah, I'm a Chevening Scholar. Okay, yeah, I'm a Chevening Scholar and I'm a Mandela Washington alumni also. Yeah, so that is it.
yes, so she's on the Chevening Scholarship, and this scholarship is like a kind of bilateral scholarship between the UK and Commonwealth. Is it Commonwealth
UK
countries or
countries? Yeah. UK and countries,
so from Lesotho.
Yeah.
Did I pronounce that right? And it's not South Africa. It's definitely not South Africa.
It's definitely,
guys, it's not South Africa. It's different.
Yeah.
So what's the scholarship about? Can you give like your backstory, like what you studied and your experiences with applying for this scholarship?
Okay, all right. I'll try to be not too long but kind of brief but very informative. So I studied my first degree, which was Bachelor of Education from the National University of Lesotho. Yes, and that was a 4-year program, and that is where I was specializing in Sesotho, that is my mother tongue language, and then also development studies. Then I wanted to be a teacher, or I'm a teacher professionally, and also as a language interpreter differently. I have two professions, yeah. So nice. Yeah. Yeah, so I graduated in 2015, and then after that in 2017, that is when I went back to school again to do my first honors degree in educational management, leadership and policy studies, still at the same university, that is the National University of Lesotho. And then after that in 2020 I did my second honors degree.
Wow.
In South Africa.
Guys, she is learned. Yeah, she's qualified in different aspects.
In different aspects, yeah. So the second honors degree was in South African Sign Language and interpreting. So this because I'm very much passionate about deaf education. I'm also passionate about education in general. So as I said, I have two professions, which is a teaching profession and also a language interpreting profession, of which I feel like they work very good. Okay, yeah, and then right now I'm doing the current master's program that I've talked about. So my experience it has been such a very long experience, I don't want to lie, a very good one and a very emotional one. Like, this has been my first time telling it to people publicly. Very few people that are very close to me know how emotional it was for me, or how draining it was for me to get the scholarship. It wasn't my first attempt. It was my second attempt. For the first time I didn't get it at all, and I feel like there was reasons, like not just because God says everything has its own timing, but because I wasn't that fit to say it, to obtain the scholarship. So this scholarship is a fully funded scholarship, like she has said, that is offered by the UK government. The UK government to all people from around the globe, and it is very, very, very competitive. Super competitive. Yeah. So if I can just make an example, with us, there were about 70,000 applicants last year, and only about 1,200 people around the whole globe made it. So it wasn't an easy thing at all. So what the scholarship really looks for, it looks for somebody who has leadership qualities, of course, regardless of where you are, who you are, and whatnot. But the leadership qualities have to be there, and you also have to show us like what you have done in the past, how it has been different, like how was the transition and all that, you know. Yeah. So coming back to the other question of how the experience was, like, it was amazing but very emotional. Like, I first had my mini depression with this whole journey, because here's what happens. The applications are usually released in sometime in October of the previous year, and then you get your outcome the following year around this time, whether you made it or not.
Okay.
So what happened is I was very prepared, like I was super prepared, and I knew very well that I was going to get the scholarship. How did I know that? Because I knew of the kind of hard work that I was doing, the kind of the kind of research that I was doing. I was everywhere on Google asking alumni, Chevening alumni from different countries, as collecting with them via LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, and anywhere else. And then, so what happened was, I knew that I was going to make it, like I said, but I had a huge challenge that led me into depression. That was towards the end of the towards the end of
the process.
Towards the end of the process, because after applying, I was like, no, I know very well that I made it, or I'm going to make it. And then I got an invite to an interview. So from my country, it was just 12 people that were invited.
Okay.
And then out of that 12, 6 were picked from that. Yeah. 3 ladies, 3 gents. So it was very competitive, like, I don't want to lie. And still with that one, I still knew very well that I was going to make it. So one of the mistakes that I did was to kind of like delay. Actually, I was still doing my other master's degree back home, but in South Africa. But then I was like, maybe let me just try this, just because also people were like saying I should apply for it, because I really fit. So I was just like, okay, let me just continue this. And then after getting the feedback or the response that I made to the interview, then that is when things started being real for me. Yeah, because just kind of like
applying for
the sake of like, okay, let me just see what happens. But more like, I know that I'm gonna make it. So that's something that led me into the mini depression was this. So with Chevening Scholarship, what you have to do is there's certain deadlines. You have to apply for a university in the UK, that not just every university, but most universities that has certain partnerships with Chevening. And then you have to apply for a course of your choice, a course that you love. Yeah, it's either you can apply for instance, at University of Glasgow for just 3 different courses, or University of Glasgow, Birmingham, Cambridge, or whatnot. Yeah, but you're allowed to apply to 3 top universities, or choosing your own course. Okay, cool. So I did that, and then I had applied to more than 3 universities, which was a very good thing. So what happened was, the top 3 universities that I had placed, none of them accepted me. So with Chevening, whether you got the interview invite, whether you pass the interview, if you do not have an unconditional offer letter, that is where the challenge comes in. So with me, I passed the interview very well. I wasn't even on the reserve list at all. And then the challenge that led me into the mini depression was, now, okay, you do not have an unconditional offer letter. Like, I had to make sure that I keep on asking, emailing University of Glasgow, guys, haven't you
looked at your application?
Yeah, what. And then they were very good to respond to me, like, each and every now and then. So what was the most challenge was this. Like I said, you have to have an unconditional offer letter, not a conditional offer letter. So I got a conditional offer letter, which means that for me to be fully admitted at this university, I have to meet a certain criteria. So I had to have written my IELTS exam or my PTE exam. So what happened is, I rolled my IELTS exam 3 times, and then I wrote my PTE exam 3 times. And you won't believe when I say this, none of these times did I get what the University of Glasgow wanted. But here I am, because of God's mercy. So this was something that led me to depression, because it's very, very much costly to write this kind of examinations. And it was very much I would say draining to me, because things that were asked were things that I know and things that I was sure that I've done this, but I wouldn't understand how, because with the first attempt I was in short of 0.5. So this was one that made me to write for the second time. For the second time I was in short of 1. For the third time I was in short of 1.5. So you can imagine how that is. So every now and then I kept on emailing the University of Glasgow. I was like, guys, I have a scholarship, but now the problem is I am in short of 0.5, because I was now like comparing all the 3 results. So the one with 0.5 was kind of like better. Now I was like, oh my goodness, I've lost a lot of money. It's really, really confusing. But at the end of the day, here I am, because I had to push very hard and I had to pray very, 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 very hard. Yeah, but the experience has been very well. Like, it has been super, super amazing. I don't want to lie. There are a lot of networks that I'm making, including yourself. Yeah, because I knew you before I even came to University of Glasgow, when I was like checking for accommodation and whatnot. So I saw your YouTube video while I was still back home. So I was like, okay, let me just connect with her. And actually there were a lot of people that had asked, because I had seen from the University of Glasgow YouTube channel, and some of them did not answer. In fact, all of them did not answer but you. So I feel like, okay, like, you helped me so much. You helped me so much, because I remember there was a lady that I wanted to ask, that I had asked. I even checked her through LinkedIn, but she never responded at all. I was like, oh my goodness, why is she not responding? You know,
I know sometimes people can get so busy, but then it's like, oh, if you do help, then people are happy that you helped them. So I'm really glad that I was able to help.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
No problem at all. So now she told us about her experiences, her very touching and emotional experiences. What tips do you have for anybody that's like considering applying for the Chevening Scholarship?
Okay, so the best tip that I have, or the best tips that I have, but I feel like starting with this first one, is start preparing right now. You don't have to start preparing when the applications are about to be released, but right now. If you're somebody who has always loved to have a fully funded scholarship, please go into the website, Chevening website, and then make sure that you do what you read if you are eligible. And if you're not eligible, then try to work towards achieving that eligibility, because there are a lot of things that need to be done, and you need to work very, 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 very hard. Ask people. We are there on other social media platforms, all the social media platforms. Ask people how it has been and what you can do, because it's such a very competitive scholarship. So you don't want to see yourself failing because of small things at all. So start also researching about the kind of courses that you'd want to do and why you'd want to do that, and also try to mold your career, you know. And the good thing about the scholarship is it doesn't care if you have your previous master's degree or not. Like, for as long as they feel like you really have what it takes, you have a 2+ years working experience and other eligibility, you have marked all other eligibility criteria, then you're good to go. So yeah, I think that is
So guys, if you head over to her channel, the link will be in the description box. She's made millions of videos that have done really well about the Chevening Scholarship. So if you have any questions, you can head over to her Instagram, which will be in the description box as well. You can pop them in the comment section. You can head over to her YouTube channel and you can find the answers to whatever you need. If there are more questions that you don't have answers to, then you can also ask me on Instagram. If I can answer them, I'll let you guys know, and if not, I will let you go back to her and she'll answer them for you guys. But thank you so much for coming on this channel. Thanks so much for giving me the opportunity to have you on my channel. I'm really glad, and hopefully we can do more videos as well.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. It's been a minute. Thank you.
So, well, I guess that's the end of the video now.
Okay.
Well, bye.
Thank you. Bye, guys.